I want to greet you guys with the greeting EEM Hotel. That means I come in peace.
Yes.
Also, Ujat Sanel.
Hotel.
Life, prosperity, and health.
Yes.
My name is Knowledge Born 7. I am 360 degrees of the cipher. Cipher is a complete circle, and I contribute that to the 5% nation as well as the nation of God's and earth. I am 120 degrees of wisdom, 120 degrees of knowledge, and 120 degrees of overstanding. I say overstand because understand is a law word. It means to stand under the United States law. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. I and all of us are dark matter magic.
Yes.
The 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons is the carbon base. When I started this journey as far as knowledge, I started from the streets. My street name was D. Swats, and I'm from Illinois, East St. Louis, Illinois, and my people are from Chicago, Southside Chicago, Illinois. So when I started this journey from the streets, I went to church. From church, I was in Church of God in Christ. I was an elder in the church. They called me the Word Man, the spiritual man, because I knew probably about 2,000 or 3,000 scriptures. So from the streets to church, then I started getting into consciousness. And when I got into consciousness, wow, it was amazing. I started learning where we come from. And before consciousness, I skipped something. I got into commerce. And I started learning the laws of the water. Because they tell us it is the law of the land, and that's not true. It's actually the laws of the water, amity, maritime, equity law. And this particular law of the water, it's a lot of trickery that goes on. They'll give you one word in the public and say it means something, and if you go privately and look up this word, it means a lot of different meanings. I read a book one time about indigenous people and Indians, and a chief said, white man has double tongue.
Yes.
And it reminded me definitely of commerce. So, they tell us to look up words in a Webster's dictionary. But we're supposed to look up words in a Bouvier's Law Dictionary or a Black's Law Dictionary. Are you guys familiar with Black's Law Dictionary? So these are the books that we're supposed to utilize to operate in this commercial system. If we don't use these books to operate in these commercial systems, then we will fall ignorant. And when you continue to research commerce, they have something called maxims of laws. The first maxim of law I learned was ignorance of the law is no excuse or no defense. The second maxim of law I learned was he who doesn't assert his right has none. So my first test was me learning commerce. I started challenging the court. Of course, no education. I got my degree from my mom's kitchen table, off the kitchen table, learning books, reading. Because the average man is supposed to know 3,000 words. We only know 300. We're supposed to know 3,000 words, and we're supposed to speak several different languages. So I continued my test. I went to court. And to know the enemy is something. And to know how the enemy think, they would become scared of you. So my first test was a foreclosure. I beat the foreclosure. I beat another one. And me beating the foreclosure was allowing these people to stay in their house for a long time. I mean, I made myself an enemy by taking on the banks who were actually shareholders of the Corporation of the United States of America. So by me doing this, I beat about 30 foreclosures. I beat 3 criminal cases, as well as I stopped, I think 3 or 4 sheriff sales, and I made the judge walk off the bench probably about 3 times. So, in doing this, you become a target. And when you become a target, you have to keep going harder and harder and harder. And when I mean by going harder, I started dealing with the mental aspects of the mind. And when I started reading this book called Kabbalah, and they say this book is put together by the 3 initiates. And to be an initiate, you have to be an adept. And to be an adept, you have to master 3 ologies. And you have to know them frontwards and backwards. So this book, Kabbalion, the first rule is mentalism. The all is mind, and the mind is mental. Now, when you're born in commerce, they give you a birth certificate, which is a birth manifest. They treat you like you're a cargo. They give you a social security number, which is your doc number. And you're born through your mother's birth canal, and you dock at the Corporation of the United States of America. When you dock at the Corporation of the United States of America, this is the birth manifest, and this is your doc number. And then on top of that, they do the most disrespectful thing to the mother, is take the essence of the mother that's supposed to go to the child, which is the placenta. And if the mother wants the placenta back, she has to sign paperwork for something that just came out of her within 15 to 20 minutes. The focus is the mind, and the focus is fear. False evidence appearing real. So when you're born, we enter this world of commerce. They already know about us. You can contribute that to I think it's J. Edgar Hoover. Yes. He knows the black man in and out. How do they know it? They watch us. How do they know it? They watch us closely. They know how we think, and they also put us in an environment where they can contain the environment and know everything that we do. I'm speaking to the black man right now. Fear is what it is. Unity is what we need. I'm gonna say it again: false evidence appearing real. So people like us in this particular commercial system, in this particular world, we're fearful. One, we're the only race that's trained to kill each other. The only race that's trained to kill each other. It doesn't matter if we're Hebrew. It doesn't matter if we're Islam. It doesn't matter if we are Kemet or any of these things. It doesn't matter. The one thing they're doing to us is very important to me, because it's a lot of division, no unity. So we have to be strong in our mental mind. And that's one of the things that I teach, is dealing with the mental mind, the aspects of the mental mind. If you want to reverse anything in your life, go before the mirror 21 days and say what you need to speak to your life. And you have to take an unbiased opinion, and you also have to learn your disadvantages and your advantages. You also have to know your positives and your negatives. You also have to learn how to be more constructive and not destructive. Because if you don't analyze your stuff properly, you're going to make yourself worse. So take an unbiased opinion. Look in the mirror and speak those things in reverse, because you can actually reset your DNA. This is other things that I learned as I further my research as far as dealing with the mental mind. When you reset your DNA, you walk different. Then you begin to walk upright. And by you walking upright, then you will begin to appreciate your brother and your sister. Our sisters are not hoes. Our sisters don't have to booty shake. One thing about me, when I had my daughter young, so I kept her from my family. You know, I didn't want her growing up in the projects, booty shaking, all that type of stuff like that. So in doing that, I raised a very powerful young lady. And also my son the same way. A lot of people, when I raised my kids, they thought I was military. I said, I'm not military, I'm from the streets. So therefore, I didn't let them fight no battles, I fought them. It didn't matter if it's school, police, whatever. I was adamant about it. They called me, I'm pulling up. It's like that. I guarantee that. I promise you. But also, when doing that, I had a lot of people on my dad's side, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, came to me a lot more, and they was happy that I wasn't like some people in my family or whatever, weirdos. I'm gonna say it like that. And I was more or less about them, concerned about them growing and becoming better and not fearful. We have to kill the fear and the unity, and the best way to do it is mastering the mind. So when you finally begin to look in the mirror and speak, then some things are going to change about you. You're going to become a little positive. You're going to be a little bit upset when you hear things like people blue collar killing our people. When they talk about it, yes, I am enraged, because these are my people. I'm not like, just because I'm Islam, I don't like Moors, and just because I'm a Moor, I don't like Hebrews. We have to unify. They got us bad with the division, but they do it on the mental aspect. I'm being honest with you. When you're born, the first thing they do is captivate your mind. Media, multi-ethnic destruction in America. Maniac, Europeans, devil in action. I learned it from Professor Grimm. The media. What they do to us in the media? They make us look bad. They make us look mean. They make us look rough. But at the same time, they need somebody white to pull up in a police car and handle us. We gotta pull ourselves together because it's turning into a very, very bad situation. Now, Ice Cube said it best. The black man owns less than 1% of the world's wealth. The black man owns less than 1% of the world's wealth. We put this all together. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This is the key to Illuminati. I'm going to give you the key to Illuminati. The key to Illuminati is Europeans coming to Africa, sitting at our feet, black man, black woman feet, and learning the ologies, cosmology, biology, ecology, learning the science. So they have taken our information, regurgitated, and gave it back to us. And then tell you that it's right and you're wrong. They are so obsessed with us. I'm saying it. They are so obsessed with us. They formed a whole ology called Egyptology.
Come on now.
The study of Egypt, which actually the real name of Egypt is called Kemet, the land of the blacks.
Yes.
Kush. The land of the blacks. You got Kush, Nubia, Black Kush, Indian Kush. You got the north and the south. You have these different chambers of us. But we're missing the key that a lot of people don't realize. All of them people work together. And a little bit past the Valley of the Kings, there is a place, they're in a tomb, and Imhotep is in that tomb. He was, I think, contributing to him, medicine. So this particular person from ancient Kemet, he was spoken about, but he had more tombs in there just like him. Those people were not spoken about. Those are the people that helped him. And he gave honor and reverence to those people that helped him because they were unified. It didn't matter if they was on north, south. It doesn't matter about none of it. It only mattered about them helping him and unifying together. That's how you master your mind. That's completely how you master your mind. We build together. We don't destroy. We move together. We become a unit. We are a strong link together. And no one can take that from us. Everything started with us. As I read ancient texts and they talk about the black-headed beings, we were here first. So that means if the black-headed beings were here, what did they do? The first thing they did was learn from nature. That's where you get the natural rules from. The natures.
Yes.
They learn from nature because we were one with nature. Earth, fire, wind, water. Those elements were like our brothers and sisters.
Yes. Yes.
But when the Europeans saw us using those elements and mastering psychokinesis and telekinesis, as in the book of Kabbalion, dealing with the mind, the all is mind and the mind is mental, they were afraid of it, demonized it. They said, we the demons. I just gave you who the 666 was. We the 666. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. The carbon base, the power, the melanin. And sometimes I don't like to really say a lot about melanin because Europeans have melanin in them too. But I'm going to say this though, the construct of the cells of the bio makeup of us is perfect. Every black person, it has talent. And you know what's so amazing? When I study DNA, one crackhead's DNA is better than any European race put together. You get what I'm saying? One crackhead's DNA is better than any European race put together. Because of our complex and our chemical makeup, you have to understand cocaine. Cocaine is only one molecule away. Sugar is only one molecule away from crack cocaine. So a lot of us are addicted to chemical sugar. But with the chemical sugar, it opens up your third eye. It goes down into the red and the yellow part of your chakras. And the Mudu Netter word for chakra is called Sekam Shin Ra. That's the power of your senses, your energy senses. So when you get on this particular substance, it goes down to your lower chakras and it hits your pituitary gland and it opens you up. That's the number one reason during the time of my mother and before my mother, when angel dust was big in the African American community, they took it out and replaced it with crack cocaine, because angel dust opened up the black man's third. I'm not telling y'all to go start no angel dust. I'm just giving y'all an example. I'm being real plain when I say that. I ain't tell you go do that. But what it did, it opened up their third eye. So you have a lot of musicians during that time who were masters in their craft. So when it opened them up, I got documentation and I read it. A lot of black men say they saw God. They wake up the next day like, I saw God. I saw God yesterday. I talked to God. So immediately they took the angel dust out the hood and gave me crack cocaine. Still messing with the mind. Still messing with the mind. The one thing that helps the mind is unity. I'm going to give you a strong example of unity. And I'm speaking as far as Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
Come on, yes.
All right. Okay. When he was in front of the helicopter screaming black power and had the youth along with him, as well as some of his soldiers with him, saying, black power, black power, black power.
Black power.
Not only did we give the Europeans fear, they said, hey, we got to do something about this. The same thing with Malcolm X. Mastering the mind. I'm still dealing with mastering the mind because they figured it out. They have to take out the strong and leave the weak. And then the weak they manipulate because the weak was weak. And they promise them things and say, don't worry about it, you won't be weak no more. So now our people is joining the enemy as well as other people to kill us. Master the mind. Malcolm X. They showed in the documentary when he went to the hospital after the police beat the young man. Yeah. It was too strong. It was too many people. Too short of a time. Anytime we move as a unit, just like that, there's going to be a problem. But now, time has passed, and since we have been robbed of real economics, real social studies, real science, not only have we been robbed of those things, we have letting the scale tilt, and a lot of us have become compromised because the enemy now is advancing artificial intelligence as well as nuclear weapons and nuclear devices. But in the process of that, a lot of people don't know this. Those people who are mastering and teaching the enemy are us.
Yes.
We are masters in these fields.
Yes.
But if we're in a poverty-stricken area and we're in a low mind state and a low vibration and we're fearful and we're hungry, like DMX, if we're hungry, what we do? We join the enemy. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you an example. When I was battling those cases, I went in there bullheaded because one, I couldn't believe that me myself was doing this, and I'm a hood nigga from East St. Louis, Illinois. My people from Southside Chicago. I could not believe I put on a shirt, a suit, and went in there and took on the judge. Yes, I did. Excuse my French when I say this. My head got big. I went from more. It was like a high to me. So with me having this high, I went and filed all kind of paperwork. I went and got it notarized. I went and got a Judy. I went and got everything. I didn't care. I got up every morning if I had to. I was going to the courthouse so much. They said, "How you doing, Mr. Green?" They knew my name. I didn't even care. But we have to unify together, and we cannot be fearful. Master the mind. I'm speaking to the men because the men is the strength. I know we are the strength.
No doubt.
And our young boys need us.
Yes.
I understand that they are corrupt right now, and the young men are obsessed with the luxuries of life and what they present in the media and social media about wearing gold and having all these kind of rides and stuff like that. But we still have to also give them a little bit of education so they can have a lot more manifestation. And the best way to do that is having a simple conversation with them. When I speak with the youth, I don't try to come to them on that level. And a lot of them tell me like, man, you ain't got nothing, man. You know what I tell them? I have knowledge. I have knowledge.
Yes.
And I ask them questions and they cannot answer. They don't know where they come from. And now the unks are becoming a fashion trend. I got rappers wearing unks. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I seen a cat one day, he wearing a whole 5% nation. He got the hat on, a shirt. And I said, peace, God. What's the mathematics for the day? That nigga looked at me like I was stupid. He looked at me. Then his partner thought I disrespected him. He looked at me like, man, what you on, old school? I said, I ain't even old. God damn. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we got to do for our people. Master the mind. There are many chambers to the mind that we can master.
Absolutely.
The one thing that stuck out to me when I read that book, The Kabbalion, is the first law. Master the mind. In Robert Greene's book, 48 Laws of Power, Law 25 says, recreate yourself. That's very important because when you look into that mirror and you speak those positive affirmations, or you speak things into your existence, and you change your DNA, you have to change yourself. And when I took unbiased opinion, I started studying different religions. I got into Islam. Know thyself, do for self, think for self. And know that you will always be a student of yourself till the day you die. How do I know you're going to be a student of yourself? Because right now, if you're not a student of yourself, then you can make another one of yourselves right now. Right now, if you're a master and you're a student of yourself, you can make a color that we never heard of right now. That's why I know that you're going to be studying yourself until the day you die. But that's beautiful though. That means every day I wake up, I'm going to get some progress. Point blank period. Point blank period. I'm going to get some progress. And that's what I do. I wake up with the mindset of me being strong. If I'm in pain, I keep moving. And what I also do is, I can't be careless. I'm going to get on the health in 1 second. I'm going to let you guys go. The one thing about me not being careless is, it is a bad idea. And it is careless for you not to know your blood type. A simple book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. You can get it on Amazon. Eat right for your blood type. Your enemy knows what you like to eat. Your enemy knows the enemy knows how to make you chemically unbalanced with certain foods that you eat. We're still talking about mastering the mind. We're still talking about mastering the mind. So in reading this book and knowing your blood type is very important. Because you will know what you can eat, what you cannot eat. And then it's almost like you kind of testing yourself. If I eat a little jerk chicken, how I feel. When I get a little mucus, if I eat a little fish, how I feel. You will know what you'll know what you're supposed to eat, and you know how to eat it. Your enemy knows what you eat. He knows what will make you do it. The United States does testings all the time. They call it shock testing. And they do it with people, but they started off doing it with groceries. They raise up the price of eggs and see what you buy. They raise up the price of bread and see what you buy. It's called shock testing. We got to start letting people make us fear, shock testing, and things of that nature. And if you're in the public and you see something happening as far as the authorities, don't pull out your phone. Don't pull out your phone. If I go anywhere and I see one of y'all and somebody got a knee on your neck, I promise you, I think that might be either the end of their life or the end of my life. That's the level where I'm at. That's the level where I'm at. A lot of people talk, all these gangsters and tough guys and stuff like that, I confront them all the time. I'm on this level. But you know what? A gangster said something to me one day. He said, "Young blood, you're right, man." Because he said he saw the police had his sister. Now, he's a big gangster. He a big boy. Getting money, eat. He said when he saw the police had his sister on the ground, it shook him for a second. Shook him. They got the big gangster scared. But he said when he snapped out of it, pushed him up off his sister.
Yes.
In the morning time, I get up and I tap my body just to get a little circulation going. And I try to shake the kinks out of it. Because I know one day I'm going to leave here But I also know this, while I'm here, I try to do the best I can to influence my people in a positive manner.
Hotel.
Learn your history. Learn some science. We losing in science. The Indians from India are big in technology now. In Georgia, there's a company called Siemens, S-I-E, I think it's M-E-N, Siemens or whatever. They have about 20 of those in Georgia, and they're all full of Indian people, not black people. At one while, we were leading in math. We were leading in a lot of different science. We got to get back to the science. You know what I'm saying? I challenge all of you to learn something of biology. Just master it. Read the books. Psychology. Because it's dealing with the mental mind. And now they're at a point where they can easily manipulate us. Now also in the book of Kabbalah, I learned about sounds, frequency, vibration. They have mastered that as well too. They have mastered that as well too. They know what vibration will move us and what vibration will kill us. My name is Knowledge Born 7. I am 360 degrees of the cipher, 120 degrees of wisdom, 120 degrees of knowledge, and 120 degrees of understanding. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hotel. That was Knowledge Born 7.